Happy Sunday, you guys. Welcome. Thank you so much for joining me for Growing Gratitude. I'm Becca Lori Hector, of course, and we are here to do Growing Gratitude, which is my very personal and very conscious way of thinking and talking about the things from my week that kept me going, that were great, all of that stuff, and being open to finding those things to be grateful for, so that I can continue to grow the gratitude in my life and hopefully inspire you guys to grow the gratitude in your life. So welcome you guys to Growing Gratitude. It is I. But not as usual. I am down in my office instead of up in my spot. You guys, it has been a week. It's always a week. You know that. I feel like I start every single gratitude with "It's been a week." And maybe that should be my next t-shirt. It's been a week. But it was. So I've had some really good things. Like there to me, hey CV, good morning. To me, there are I don't know, like good stressors and bad stressors, I guess. I don't hate to be so black and white about it, but sometimes we have things that go on in our life that are crappy and that adds crappy stress to our lives. And sometimes we have things that are like good things that we wanted, that we may be manifesting or whatever. And then those things can give us sort of another version of stress, right? It's like an excitement and all of those things, but oh my God, overwhelmed like stress, right? That overwhelming feeling. So you guys, it's been a mix of those two kinds of stress this week. And I want to talk about a bunch of things, but first I'm down in my office because I woke up this morning, and have you ever been so dirty that you don't even want to be with yourself? Okay. So I didn't shower yet. I think it's been 3 days since I showered, because I've been home. Usually I'm home, but I try to shower a little bit more often than that. But this week I was home with Antonio, who got sick. So for the last 4 days or whatever, or so last week I hurt my back, and I didn't end up going to the vet's office this week because I hurt my back. And then Antonio got the flu somewhere's about Thursday, I guess, Thursday morning, and over Wednesday night to Thursday morning. So he started vomiting and all of that fun stuff. And he's somebody who really hates to vomit. And he was in a lot of discomfort in his gastro area. It was really just, I felt horrible for him. It was like a 24-hour terribleness. And so he hasn't slept for the last couple of nights, which means I haven't slept great for the last couple of nights. But we're trooping through, and he's feeling really good today. He's just like, I finally feel better. So now I want a day to rest. And so he's resting today, and I am home with him. But as you know, that's a lot of I usually have a lot more alone time than that. And so it's been stressful from that this week. Also, I am child free by choice. And so when, even when you have to take care of an adult who isn't well, there's a lot of demand for that nurturing piece. Right. And I'm not somebody who wants to be nurtured when I'm sick. And so I don't do well with that piece, which is something that I have to be reminded to do those things and asked to cuddle and things like that, because I am someone who just wants to climb into my bed, go into a cocoon, and be left alone until it passes. Right. That's my deal when I'm sick. And so it was stressful. And I think Antonio knew that. I mean, every time he asked me to help him with something, he apologized, which also felt terrible. But I think he was trying to say, basically, I know this isn't your shit, and I know you're really like trying not to freak out on me right now, but please, I need your help. And I heard that. And so we managed through it. But I will tell you, I'm fucking exhausted right now. I fought through so many almost meltdowns for the last few days that I'm fucking exhausted right now. But I hadn't showered, and I woke up this morning, right? I last night, I had so many anxiety nightmares that I sweat through the whole fucking night. And I woke up this morning and I just felt greasy and gross and miserable. And I went upstairs and I was like, I'm gonna have coffee, with that face on and everything. And I was like, oh, I just feel so gross. I don't even want to be with myself right now. So I said, I can't even wait till like another minute. I'm going to go take a shower before I have to even do gratitude, because I can't even see myself under all of this. Like I was so like grossed out by myself. And so I have just taken a shower. My hair is still wet, as you can see, clean pajamas. And I'm feeling a little bit better now that I'm clean. I gotta say that definitely helped a little bit. And I also listened to Macy Gray in the shower, and Macy Gray is like a mood. She's her own mood, and it's a very particular mood when I want to listen to her. And so I just literally seconds ago shut it off for us, and I wanted to almost start it with her in the background because she's such a mood. If you've never listened to Macy Gray, please you need, like, her first album was my favorite, and I know she's done others, but I really, really love this one. What was it? Where is it? What is the real title of the whole thing? On How Life Is. That's what it is. Macy Gray, On How Life Is. And it's just, I don't know, it's a mood. And so that is the mood I come to you with, is my Macy Gray mood. And let's talk gratitude, because it's been a week for me, right? And here's the deal. This was a week where some gratitudes were obvious and others really hard to find. So, like, for example, you do see, oh, I'm so glad I'm not the only person who loves her. And is she not her own mood? Thank you. I just feel that way about her. Part of the week I have gotten some good stressors related to related to the autism work, the consulting work, and that kind of thing, which, again, I still can't share it with you yet. Some of the other stuff I have been able to share with you, like the book contract and the research funding, which is on its way, and all of this fun stuff is happening. And this is a newbie thing, and so we'll see what happens with it. But I'm excited about the opportunity. So that was like good stressful, right? And then because for me, and let me tell you why it was good stressful. So the opportunity was sort of more in corporate world than in nonprofit or woo land where I live, right? And every time I have to have one of these meetings with these people, all I think about is this, right? I go, okay, I have to get them past my green hair and my tattoos, right? And then the fact that I'm autistic, in order for them to actually hear me, right, in these meetings. Well, it didn't happen this time. It didn't happen this time. I was seeing it really didn't. And so this corporate opportunity is not as corporate-y as corporate used to be. And so maybe the world is changing, you guys. I don't know. But that's what went on this week for me in terms of good stress. And then, of course, Antonio being sick was bad stress, right? He's been home. And he doesn't like being sick, and he doesn't like throwing up, and he doesn't like sitting still. And so it's been very uncomfortable for him. And that, of course, makes it uncomfortable for me. And I'm really now hoping that on top of him being sick, that I now don't get it. I'm like over it. He's better. Can I not get sick now? Because I can't handle that. I'm hoping for that. Everybody send all your good vibes that I do not get this, because I really can't afford to be stopped right now. I have stuff to do, and I just hurt my back. So please give me a break. Anyway, so that was sort of my week. And so I think my gratitudes this week are really simple. I'm grateful for the people in my life who I keep in my bubble, because I don't want to sound obnoxious. I keep in my bubble because I see their goodness, right? And I know that some of the people in my bubble don't see each other's goodness, which is weird, right? Like, they share a bubble with me, but they don't see each other's goodness. And there are some people in my bubble whom people don't understand why they're there. And I just fell off my own chair. Why they're in my bubble in the first place. And so I'm grateful for the people that I keep in my bubble, because I know why they're there, and they support me. And I'm grateful for the opportunity that was given to me this week because of that kind of relationship, because of a bubble relationship, one that people don't understand. I don't give a shit, because it's one that works for me and the other person. But I'm grateful for that relationship, and I'm grateful for my ability to see that goodness in people when other people don't. And so I'm grateful for that. And I'm so grateful for this particular opportunity that came my way, and the person that sent it my way. And you know who you are. I don't know if you watch every week, but I'm grateful and thank you. And so I hope it turns into what I'm hoping it will be, and I don't get disappointed, which is always a risk, but we'll see. And I'm really grateful for that. I'm grateful for the place that I'm in my career right now. Finally, it's been a lot of like scraping up walls. And I feel like I'm in a place now that I'm comfortable in my career. And I feel like I've done things. I'd like to do more, but I feel like I've done things. And I have a certain amount of professional respect now, and I'm grateful for that as well. So I'm grateful for my colleagues, and I'm grateful for my bubble people and all of that stuff in terms of my career realm. I'm, of course, incredibly grateful, really, I guess, to be in a marriage where my husband understands that I want to help him. Like, do you know what a big deal it is that he was asking for help and then apologizing? Like, it was such a, I get that this isn't your thing, and I'm sorry that I'm asking all of this of you. I don't like to be this person, but I'm sick, right? And I'm just grateful to be in a relationship where I'm understood at that level, and that I do my best in those realms that I am not. It's not a skill set that I have. So yeah, I'm grateful for that, and I'm super grateful that I didn't get sick. And yeah. Oh, what else happened this week? I'm grateful actually for working at the vet's office, because this week I took Walter for a dental. So he had to have his teeth cleaned, Walter, because he eats shit all the time. Literal shit. He will eat other people's shit, deer shit, rabbit shit, just shit. Okay. And so he needed to have his teeth cleaned. And I'm grateful for the opportunity to work someplace where that gets me a discount to be able to take care of my pets, so I can afford to take care of my pets. But I'm also grateful to know that when I drop him off, I know the people that are taking care of him. And I know the way that they take care of him, because I'm there when it's not him and it's somebody else's dog, right? And so it was a really good feeling to drop him off, though incredibly weird to be home with just 3 dogs for like a few hours. So weird. Really felt him missing. So I'm grateful for my boo. I'm grateful for my Walter boo. He's such a good boy, and he's getting to be the dog of my dreams. Like, I always wanted just an ornery, cranky old hound dog, and here he is. That's exactly who he is, and I love him so much. So I'm really grateful for him too, and that he came through it okay. And that upcoming, right? I am taking Fiona to the groomer. So she has evaded bathing with us for such a long time because she's so difficult about it. What I figured out about her, though, having dealing with her nail trims and such, is that she is a shithead about everything when she's in the house. So if she thinks she can con me and Antonio into thinking she's in pain, or she's sad, or she doesn't like something, she knows we'll stop. But if I take her out into public places, like if I take her to the vet's office to get her nails clipped or something like that, all she wants to do is be such a good girl. I'm such a good girl. Did I do it, mommy? Am I being such a good girl? That's all she wants to do. And so she's easy when I take her other places. So I finally said, that's it. She needs a bath. She's going to the groomer. So she's going to the groomer this week. That's something that has been bothering me insanely. And the other thing, and my very last gratitude of today, I talked to you guys a little bit about, I don't know when I talked to you guys about it. That's the thing. If it was on the last live or the one before, but I've been talking to you guys about how gross my house is and how sad it makes me and how hard it is and how I know I don't have the spoons and Antonio doesn't have the time anymore. And so I finally asked for help around that last week, as well as deciding to take Fiona to the groomer, because I need help. And that's an area that I cannot manage. I cannot manage it alone. I just can't. And at the same time, I cannot live comfortably with the effects of not being able to manage it, is what I found out. My mental health doesn't survive that. So I'm feeling a little better now because my lovely, lovely, amazing neighbor who I love, I can't tell you how grateful I am to have moved in next door to this woman. She's my bestie. I love her so much. So she came down to help us clean. And is going to come regularly to help me clean. And I can't even tell you how important that is to me. And so if there are people out there who either are capable of helping other people keep their homes clean, or who are out there doing it right now, helping people keep their homes clean, I'm grateful for you. Because there are those of us who have mental health conditions or disabilities or both, that keep us from being able to keep up with that stuff. And that doesn't mean we like being dirty. It doesn't mean we like living that way. And so when someone, and there's shame and embarrassment behind not being able to keep your space clean. And I've had a lot of shame and guilt about it. And part of the asking for help means that I had to admit that my house looked gross and that I was going to have to let somebody else see it. Right. But she came and she helped, and she's going to help regularly with me on the places and areas that I really struggle with. and help us to keep our house clean because this year is going to be such a big year for me career-wise, right? That if I don't have the spoons right now for it, I definitely will not this year, right? I'll be writing a book. I'm going to be working on that research. And if this other opportunity pans out, I'll be doing that too. And so I had to really admit the need for help because I can't take it anymore. And so interdependence to the rescue. And so I think that will be affecting my mood going forward. It certainly felt good to take a shower in a clean bathroom today. I will tell you that much. So I am grateful endlessly to my neighbor particularly, and I am also giant gratitude shout out to people out there who help other people to keep their homes clean, to keep their spaces clean, because it pulls on your executive function. It pulls on if you have OCD areas like me. It pulls and triggers a lot of that stuff, and the depression and anxiety love to just feast on a dirty house for me. That's some part of my being raised about how to feel about a dirty house. And it's not like, there's bacteria and mold and stuff growing in my house, but I have a lot of animals. There's like giant fluffs of hair everywhere. And it needs to be cared for. I deserve that, right? I deserve to have a clean house. And so if I can't do it myself, I deserve the help to have it done. And that's just an area where there's a lot of guilt and shame built in about the adulting of it. So shout out to you people. If you are someone who likes to clean, because there are some of you out there, I like to organize. I don't like to clean. And so I like to organize stuff. And so there are some of you out there who enjoy cleaning, right? Who like really just enjoy it. Or if you're physically and mentally capable and you have a friend or a family member who's not, just get in on it. Ask, no judgment, no shame in my game. Let me help you. I can't do your taxes for you. I'm not an accountant, but I can help you take out your garbage, or I can help you vacuum, or whatever. But shout out to you guys, because that's a really important part of people's mental health and their physical well-being that becomes unmanageable very quickly. So thank you for that. That's my last gratitude, I think. You guys, I know I wasn't a very busy week. I was taking care of a sick person and watching a lot of TV and making soup. So yeah, Joe says she used to love cleaning and now it's too painful. Yeah, right. But that doesn't mean you like living in a mess, right? And so we have to learn to ask for the help as we need it, and maybe there'll be a time in my life where my spoons will free up and I will take this task back. Doubtful though, because it's not one that I have any kind of system for. It's an area in which I have a deficit, and I just have to admit that I need help with it. And so, yes, going forward, I will have help with that. And it made me think a lot about the ability to afford that help, the ability to advocate for myself and ask for that help. And I have lots of things to be grateful for around that, because I know that I'm in a position where I'm able to do that. It hasn't always been that case. In fact, it's only recently been the case that it's something that I could add into my budget. It's something that's just sort of I've muddled through and not enjoyed and lived in a lot of messes. It's really the truth, I guess. Anyway, but I'm feeling a little bit better about that part of my life, and then taking care of Fiona, because once we take care of Fiona in terms of her cleanliness, everybody's health is up to par and we are all good. And so Joe said, leveraging others is a skill. Leveraging others is a skill, and it is, right? And it's not so much about leveraging, but it's about remembering that for all the things that you're crappy at, someone out there is good at them. And for all the things that you're good at, someone else out there is crappy at them, and you could be helping them. So it's like, I have particular skill sets and I help. My hair is still wet, and so it's annoying me a little bit. Sorry, guys. I have things that I'm good at that don't come easily to other people, but cleaning isn't one of them. And so I need to delegate. I need to ask for help. And so, yeah, I'm grateful to have sort of dealt with that stuff head on, because those are loaded things, right? Another thing I dealt with this week in a less loaded personal way, but it kept coming up. It was one of those repeated things that just, you're like, why do you keep showing up? There's a reason. I need to do something with this. So internalized ableism kept coming up this week. So I've been thinking a lot about that. And I think I'm going to do a monthly seminar on internalized ableism. Yeah. I don't know. Let me know with your thumbs up if you think that that's a good topic for a monthly seminar. But I think that's about it for me for gratitude, you guys. I mean, I'm going to go and try and enjoy Antonio's resting day. I have a few things that I'd like to do on the computer. And then I think I'm just going to chill out. I'm now clean. He's going to go get clean. I'm going to have some breakfast and some coffee and try to enjoy this Sunday because I'm back at the vet's office tomorrow. So I will see you guys out there, I guess. Please remember that coming up on February 9th is the beginning of the next live run of Self-Defined Living, the course. If you'd like to take that course, registration is open right now. You can find registration at my website, beccalaurie.com, which is down below. The course begins on February 9th. I'm offering some limited scholarship seats. If that's something that you need, you can email me at info@beccalaurie.com. Also coming up in February is the return of the monthly seminar series for Self-Defined Living, and it returns with tackling transitions. So if transitions are something that you struggle with in adulthood, please make sure to join me on the 23rd of February, which is something you can also register for off my website. And with that, I say, have a great, amazing Sunday. Get out there and do your own gratitudes. I hope this inspires you to find them. Oh, good. I'm glad, Joe. Wave from you is always a good sign that I'm on to a good topic. And then I am going to, enjoy the rest of my day. And I hope I've inspired you guys to grow the gratitude in your life. I hope you will take some time today, whether it's in writing in our little Facebook group, or to a friend, or physically writing it in a journal, or getting out and shouting it to the trees, or I don't know, renting a convertible and driving at 80 miles an hour and shouting them out the window. I don't care. I do care. Don't drive 80 miles an hour. That feels unsafe. But yelling it out of a convertible roof does sound fun. And so, or yell it into a fan. That always sounds fun. But in any case, take the time to really think about the things you're grateful for this week that got you through. And remember that there are good stressors and bad stressors in life. It was something I was really reminded of this week, that just because something's good doesn't mean it's not stressful. And so that's something I think I will talk about actually on Wednesday when I come at you with Being Back and Live. And then, of course, I'll be back next Sunday for the next Growing Gratitude. Until then, I'll see you guys out and about on the interwebs. Please make sure to seek joy, create joy, share joy, all the joys. And I will see you on Wednesday for Being Back Alive. Bye, guys.